Alongside Royden Ogletree of KWTX, here we are in the studio.
Yes.
And I apologize for the late start today. I was recording an interview. Royden was staring daggers through me because he's on double duty this week.
Yep.
And he's taking an hour out of his time to be here with us today. So,
is this the kind of show that you're running?
I mean, yes, it is.
The kind of ship you run around here?
It is the kind of ship.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Look, I thought Royden was going to be on my side, but now he's Team Jack.
I see that.
Team Jack is everything that's to undermine me. And he'll pretend to support me sometimes. I'll think I finally turned the corner on this guy. And then he just, he'll show me how to do something on a computer, and then we're back to square one.
Oh, this is how you work the remote.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, how do I change the resolution of this picture? Oh, that was dumb. I feel dumb now. And Jack feels superior, which was his goal the whole time.
Isn't it funny? We all kind of get, like, when you were teaching your dad how to work the VCR and you're just like rolling your eyes and no, you got to plug these into the back of the TV.
I pay attention. I try to pay attention. I hope that's true among the people here. Like, when you teach me to do something, I really do pay attention and ask questions. I feel like my parents, grandparents, my in-laws, they just want me to do it. Yeah. I genuinely do want to learn how to do it because I don't like asking for help.
Rather die than ask for help.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like asking for, and I also don't like bothering people when it's something I can do myself because I've been in Jack and Emery and Garrett's shoes before, and if I can just do it and not have to be like, hey, will you show me how to do this, then we can save everybody's time, and it's more beneficial to the team.
Yeah, but it all comes around eventually where you're just like,
well,
how do I cast the AI show onto the television screen? Well, first of all, Dad, we don't have a television anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's you got to plug it into your brainwave.
Yeah.
I
was in the Domain in Austin this weekend, and I saw.
Oh, congratulations!
I saw the Tesla robot up close.
Oh yeah.
Like, could he have made that a little more welcoming and not? I mean, iRobot's a terrifying book and movie.
Yeah.
It looks like that. Honestly, it's nightmare fuel. I have twice woken up in the night since Saturday because of having a dream about that thing. It doesn't have a face.
That's disconcerting.
Yeah. It is nightmare fuel.
Hi, I'm your personalized robot. I swear I won't murder you.
I mean, it's the one that it would have the smiley face and then change to the red angry face. That's what it would do. Yeah. No. And we were supposed to get sex robots first.
Shame, really.
Yeah.
It's really a shame. We're really going backwards,
I mean, it's not. I mean, nobody would want to sleep with this thing.
0 out of 10 could not have sex with the robot.
Yeah. Hey, that's. I'm
returning
just wondering
it to Tesla 0 out of 10.
If the guy goes in, it's like, look, I want to buy it, but I'm not attracted to it. And the guy's like, what? Well, I mean, what do you think I'm going to do with this thing? Yeah. It's just not. It's very. Can you, it up a little bit? I don't know. So.
Sir, I don't know if you know what this is for. No, I know what it's for.
No, I don't think you know what it's for.
They're having an all-hands meeting, and once again, they are trying to have sex with these robots. We got to stop.
Yeah.
We got to just discontinue them. Well, they are our highest seller.
Yeah. People are retrofitting them.
Oh, no.
There's just all websites of here's how to make your Tesla robot.
Here's how to 3D print.
Here's how to Westworld in real life.
To buy this aftermarket.
Yeah.
Jeez.
There's a solution you have to buy to clean it, though.
Yeah.
It's special. Like the one I used to use my ice maker.
Yeah.
That's like desalinization.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So our college football topic.
Yeah.
And again, that's the beauty of the show. Yesterday, I did a PSA about how to avoid a sexual harassment suit.
Oh, congratulations.
Would you like to know what the thing is?
Sure.
Don't.
Okay.
So if what you're thinking about doing,
Don't do it. Right.
Don't do that thing.
That's actually very good advice.
Like, don't. Like, if you think that's a good idea, don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go home to your wife.
Yeah. Don't. Like, hey, you know that thought about, like, the dress she's wearing? Don't. Don't. You have it. Like, everyone has thoughts. You know, the strongest among us are the ones that know what are inside thoughts and outside thoughts. So don't.
Very good advice for if you're a teenager listening out there.
Or an
adult, actually anyone in the workplace.
Or a 50-year-old man that's made six figures for most of his life and feels like he has no consequences.
Right. That's also true.
Yeah. So those things, these are important things I'm teaching. But Roy, are you excited that we have a brand-filled college football playoff semifinals, Final Four?
What a hard cut.
Yeah.
You know, I am kind of excited about it because, look, I'm not like a college football purist or anything like that. I think it would be cool. I'm always a fan of the upsets, especially in, college basketball when you just like, oh, we got George Mason versus Butler, who I just kept saying Butler, but like that's always fun to me. And then you get to watch players that maybe you wouldn't normally have seen otherwise. But, at the end of the day, I think it is fun that more people, if you're just going purely off of an online discourse point of view, which a lot of watching sports is now, you're going to get the most reaction to these games. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly, it's going to be the most interacted with. I don't know. Now, Indiana fans came out of the woodwork over the past month, but in force. But I don't think like quite frankly, I don't, and I'm from down here, but I don't know an Indiana fan. I know plenty of Texas fans. I know people that actually, root for Ohio State and Notre Dame. Penn State less so. But the idea that you were going to get that much online discourse and fun and banter from a Boise State versus name a school game, I just don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Now you have two of the biggest brands in football going up against each other to determine who's going to get slandered for another, year before we do this all over again. And the slander that's going to come from, I keep going back to the Ohio State and Texas game, it's going to be all time. It's going to be all time trash talk. And, I think, but we also got, quite frankly, kind of the more even matchups that we were going to get as well, too.
Yeah.
There's not one that's like super, super overmatcher that you couldn't see winning either game, I believe.
Thus is why you have more than 4 teams in a playoff.
Yeah, no, I understand. The cream rises to the top, like you were saying. And it normally does that with college basketball as well, like we've been saying. Or, baseball or anything like that. It's the same. That's why tournaments exist. I keep having this conversation with people, and people are like, well, these other teams are just the best teams. And I'm just like, have people forgotten what tournaments are?
This is the first time we've done it like this. The first time.
Yeah.
So let's let history play itself out and see where it goes. Occasionally, Stony Brook wins the title in baseball, and baseball's the best example of the Cinderella, like the team kind of
Long Beach State or whatever.
Yeah, Pepperdine, right? I mean, Augie Garrido made his bones at Pepperdine long before he went to Texas. Okay, like that happened there then. That sport was built for it, though, and basketball was kind of built for it. But eventually, look, yes, it's going to be UConn and Duke and North Carolina and Kansas. Like, that's those teams because their apparatus just, thrives on it so much. Yeah. Yes. Look, if they were bad at basketball at Kansas for a year, and, they don't know what bad is. They know what disappointing is. they don't know what bad is. Duke doesn't know what bad is. North Carolina, they don't know what bad is. They just know North Carolina has missed the tournament, right? UConn has missed the tournament, but they're now the best program in the country year over year in the last 20. But there is, they don't know bad. If there was one bad year where they missed the tournament, the entire city of Lawrence would be on fire. It would just, okay, what do we have to, president fired, AD's fired, coach fired. This is not what happens here.
Yeah, yard sale.
Yeah. Occasionally we get bounced in the round of 32. But it's Sweet 16 or better every year. I had a lot of injuries. Okay, got bounced in the round of 32. Okay, they can rationalize their way. Most fans can rationalize their way out of it. I know one whose name I shall not mention who can't. She can't.
Would this person live with you?
She does.
Okay.
She does. Yeah, she does. She does. It's funny. It's if she was the AD and after some of these losses, the way that if she would just say unfiltered, unfiltered what she says.
Crazy thought.
Yeah, no, but so Kansas, who did they lose to? Their first loss this year. And she was like, I'm tired of hearing this crap about number one team. If you're the number one team, be the number one team. And I was like, man, if you were the AD, I would love for you to walk into the office and tell that to Bill Self. If you're the number one team, be the number one team, Bill. And then just walk out. I'm not here for anything less.
Yeah, sometimes I think that would work.
Yeah. Well, it's not. If everybody thinks you're the number one team, you better start thinking you are too.
Yeah.
And start acting like it.
My favorite solution to everything is just simply play better.
Yeah.
Just be better at the sport that you're playing? No,
hey,
I don't know.
They lost to West Virginia at home last week, and that was not.
Wasn't good in your place?
It was not. I mean, it was not. It's one thing to lose on the road, but to sully Allen Fieldhouse with a loss.
God forbid.
You are spitting on Wilt Chamberlain's corpse. That's what you're doing.
And he's still around? No, Wilt.
Wilt's,
I was thinking Kareem.
No, yeah.
Wilt's been
gone for a minute.
Yeah,
he's been gone for a minute. So, no.
What do you make of because you're teetering on you want to like it.
Oh, the playoff?
Yeah.
I love it. I'm fine with it. I have no affection at all for Penn State. And that's I have a moderate bit of affection for Notre Dame because I'm Catholic. Lapse, but Catholic. They're part of all of us for some reason. And that there are some Catholic people, a lot of Catholic people who can't stand them because mostly it was shoved down our throats for so long of when you go to college, you're going to go to Notre Dame. There's a bunch of other college Jack's that way. How many people, Jack, in your life though? Just threw randomly Notre Dame, huh? Notre Dame? And they threw it out there and you're well, I don't. There's other places. There's lots of Catholics. They don't all go to Notre Dame.
Yeah. That's so funny because I grew up Baptist, and it's my parents wanted me to go to Baylor, but it was never you got to go to Baylor.
No, it's about 50-50. You'll run up against it, and it's just because it was just so synonymous with everything. But especially when you live in South Florida, which is mostly people from the north, that Notre Dame is all they know. So that was how it was. So I have a little bit of affection for Notre Dame. That's who I'm wanting to win this thing. Honestly, if you had to tell me which one I pick,
I think it'd be good for the sport if they actually reeled one off.
I have no affection for Penn State. I don't feel one way or the other about them as an institution. I'm not a big fan of James Franklin, so I'm just going to leave it at neutral. They're at neutral. I have never had a positive emotion about Ohio State or Texas. Never once in my life. Nor do I anticipate that happening.
You're not going to get the warm fuzzies for Sark?
I like Steve Sarkisian. I do. I like him. But I don't. That doesn't mean I want him to win games. It doesn't mean that I want everything that's best for him. I hope that his life goes well outside of his work.
Yeah.
But his work is the thing that bothers me about him the most.
I dislike everything that you do, but I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah. I know. I really do. And I've told this story a million times. We had him at Big 12 Media Days a few years ago before we knew that they were leaving. And right before, like literally right before. Like we had Big 12 Media Days, and then 2 weeks later we were, what? But we had Sark on, and all three of us, Craig, Oklahoma fan, Smokey, Nebraska fan, Paul, lifelong Texas disliker. And we were like, shit, I like him. I was madder at him for being likable than I was at Tom Herman for being unlikable.
I'm not supposed to enjoy your company.
Yeah, I'm not like this. I was, I remember my uncle called and goes, he was a huge Aggie, and was like, oh, I saw your interview with Sark, and I was like, yeah, I like him. And he was just like, I'm ashamed of you. I'm like, I'm ashamed of me. I'm ashamed of me. I shouldn't, But, here's who I blame. Here's who I blame for letting these emotions into my heart. I blame Earl Campbell.
Oh.
Because when you meet Earl Campbell, you forget about all that stuff. Because Earl is like the best.
Yeah.
He's one of the best people. And you just don't care that he's the greatest football player that ever played at Texas. Mm-hmm. And I will not take an argument other than him. He's the greatest. He will always be the greatest. Everyone else is vying for second.
Okay.
Most people at Texas would say that. There might be some fans that, were born after Earl Campbell, but
Ricky.
Yeah, Earl Campbell is the best. Ricky Williams would give you a pot lollipop and sit down and tell you how much better Earl Campbell is than him.
That'd be a fun conversation.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for that. Garrett, one day, if we ever run into Ricky.
Oh. My man. I'll holler at
Ricky. Look, he was here at the Texas Sports Hall of Fame, and he offered me one. And I was like, I've got some stuff to do.
I got a job.
And I also don't know, I don't know what your lollipop does to people.
No, you don't want it.
Like if you buy some from a store in like a bag, it tells you how much weed's in there. If Ricky Williams gives you one, I'm pretty sure I don't know how much is in there.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be a Ricky level dose.
A Ricky level dose.
It's like an elephant gun.
Yeah.
Well, that's what that is.